Yes.
Right, hello, I am Nigel. Tony sometimes knows me. This is Tony as well, by the way, behind you, but he's too shy. Yeah, sometimes known as Professor Nigel N Sharp, but that's just because I'm in a silly band or something. This is Volkswagen LT35 Autotrail Cherokee motorhome. And basically we're going to have a look around it, and it's 35 years old, so there's some interesting things in there, and hopefully I'll be honest enough to show as many as I can. So Tony, what do you think? Shall we have a wander round?
Show us around the van, Nigel.
Yeah, so okay, let's start with one of the problems. It's not a problem. It's just a bit of a knack on this lock. There we go. So, but the other side's fine, and that side's pretty much fine. Yeah, this is obviously come away a bit. Bit of rubber hanging down there. Cobwebs. Expect cobwebs. Okay, let's go around the outside. So, once upon a time it had a gas heater inside, so that's what that is, but it's now electric heater inside. It's got a roof rack up there. I haven't used it at all. I haven't even climbed up there because my bones are far too creaky. This here, this is the drain. This is the drain sump, I suppose you'd call it, for the water. As you can see, the handle is broken off, so you can turn it round and open and close it. I'll use a key to sort of get a purchase on it, but that opens and closes and lets the drain water out. Electrolux fridge. Hopefully that's working. I haven't used it for a long time. We'll try and fire it up. It does take gas, which can be handy. This here is a reversing camera, aftermarket obviously. You might, when you see it, think, well, that's a bit of a bulge, but it does the job. And we'll demonstrate earlier by not hitting this car here. I actually don't video it, it's my neighbour's car. So there's some gas in here, who knows how much. I've got some magnetic temperature things that are supposed to tell me how much is left, but I've never managed to read them. Okay. Fuel filler with the lock. Water. The water tank did actually once fall off, and it came as a bit of a shock to me, and I've got the AA out, and this fitting here I think is available inside. We might find it, but obviously it needs wiring up to the hose in there to take the water in. Mains hook up with a cable, which you'll see. So when you're on a campsite you can get to 240 volts. This here is the gas water heater. Now I don't know if I can demonstrate the amount of wind at the moment. Let's pick up some crud and sprinkle it, and as you see the dust doesn't go straight down because of the wind, so we're going to have trouble lighting that, but it does work when it's not too windy, so we might have a go at that later. Oh yes, now Tony here works for, can I say?
Well, a double glazing
company. Tony didn't do this. This was me. So, well, I don't know how it got broken. Maybe someone doesn't like camper vans, but it's Perspex and
double glazed.
And double glazed.
So only the outside is broken.
So it's only the outside. So I've just screwed a bit of Perspex on there, and the paint's got in, and make it look mucky. And there's also a very clever little hole here to let the rain out. I don't know if I should find that funny. Okay. Should we go and sit down?
Let's do it.
Let's go and sit down. There's only one each of the keys. So this is what they call a cover lock. And we stick it in, and there's a few things here. So first of all, the top half, it's a bit of a push to get the with the rubber there. There's a catch here that Tony will demonstrate does not reach. Tony, of course, has got his toolbox and will be demonstrating, or perhaps not, how to fix all these things, because I'm sure he's thinking, Nigel, why didn't you sort this out? This has had a repair. So the wonderful Tony has done a lovely bit of riveting there. As you can see, there's a bit of a draft in the bottom half. We'll get to some good bits, I promise. And this here stops you lifting it up too far. It's a bit of plastic. Might look like a crappy bit of plastic, but it's a feature, I call it. So you lift it a little bit, hooks in like that, and then closes up. So I'm exhausted already. Right, we have lighting, of course. So we've got a 12-volt switch here. All lights come on. Yeah, so what we got? So we got mains on and off. Obviously I'm not wired. As I say, expect cobwebs. I do believe these fuses are actually bypassed in some way. Not my doing, but I was trying to work out which ones did what, and they didn't. Any of them seem to do anything. They push in and screw out or something. Actually, I'm not going to fiddle with that. So you've got on off for the mains power. You've got the 12-volt on off. And then this is for when you're on site, like we are, parked outside my house. That means the engine isn't charging the leisure battery. And then when you go for a drive, you put it like that, charging touring, and then you drive about and you're charging, and the two batteries are connected and you're charging the leisure battery. So, here we are inside. I'm going to put the kettle on. Is that alright?
You carry on.
Well, actually, let's just come out here. Right, do we need to show this? Yeah, let's come. Yeah. Obviously, when you're parked up, you keep the gas off, like that. When you want a cup of coffee, turn it on. You can do tea as well.
And hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate, I never tried hot chocolate. I can't vouch for the hot chocolate. So, quick look at the switches. Oh, I haven't cleaned this, but never mind. Now this is a little bit important. Now most people know that left, like a tap, opens it up, and then we get some gas. So there's some gas, and that more gas will come through as it warms up, and I think there's like air in the pipes at the moment, but that will come up nicely. But there's a little dot here that suggests that we've just got it turned off. So ignore the dot. So right is off and left is on. See that looked like it. Yeah, there we go. And that was interesting because Tony, when I bought this 5 years ago, said if you smell gas, don't touch it. And sure enough, I smelt gas, and it turned out that someone had seen the dots and turned them all to off, and consequently turned all the hobs on. And then when we were fiddling around trying to turn the heater on, the cab filled with gas, and luckily I didn't have a cigarette in my hand. This is all scary. I shouldn't be telling you this. This was what happened to me, and it's all fine now. Yes, so we've got no water.
Let's not have a cup of tea then.
Yes.
But that's how it works.
That's how it works. Yep. So here's the water. So the reason we've got no water is because normally I keep it in a bottle, drinking water. I haven't changed the water in here for over a year, so you will need to sterilise the water. So there's a cold tap. Hang on. Top tip up here with all the pot noodles. You've got a light, which is under there somewhere. So we've got light, pump. Listen. Can you hear it pumping? Very slightly. And fan. So you've got an extractor fan. There's a water level meter which does not work. That's because when the water tank fell off and got put back on by good old, well, I won't name any companies, but my local garage put the tank back on, the water tank, and they didn't put back in the sensor, which would. So you could get hold of the sensor. The where is it? Is it there? Is it there? I think it's there. I think under there is the water tank, so you could get in there and sort out the sensor and get your water level sensor. Anyway, that's not that crucial, I suppose. Why was I doing that? Can't make a cup of coffee. Oh, I was turning the pump on. Yes, so I turned the pump on. So now we've got cold water and we've got hot water, but it's not hot because we haven't lit the thing. We haven't lit the gas heater. Ask me about this later if you're a geeky person. Right, let's try and light the gas water heater. I can already tell it's too windy to do this, but I'll show you how to do it. Hot? Whew, it's not hot at all. We haven't lit it. So, I was told it was something like a tube burner or something. So, there it currently says off. So we turn it to, there's a pilot setting. I think you're supposed to light the pilot first. And then we've got on. Oh, anyway, needed to do that. Push that down. I don't know, maybe that's what's going on. Anyway, you've got to heat up this bit here. And because of course to avoid, see the wind's catching my lighter now. There's a sensor which basically detects if the flame goes out, it cuts the gas off. So currently the gas is cut off because it's not hot enough. So you have to warm it up with your lighter. You've got a flame there now. Sorry, just a lighter flame at the moment. And so that's on. Oh, that's on pilot. Let's try turning that to on. We're probably going to give up here, but we are getting a bit of a lighter flame. It's quite windy. So I think we're going to give up. So we turn it off. Hopefully you'll come and see this and give it a view in. And just to double check, Tony, are we still recording?
It still says record, yes.
That's good.
So
Because it'd be
that's
quite embarrassing
in
if
theory,
we did 10 minutes of nattering with no video. So come and have a look. Saturday, Sunday, Monday viewing. And if there's no wind, I'll show you that working. Oh, this is important. So if you can see the number plate there, come down a bit. You can go to, there's a site, something like MOT history on .gov.uk, and you can type that in and find out all the MOT, because it's got 10 months MOT, but it does have some advisories on there that haven't been fixed. So right, so no hot water, no clean water. Turn the pump off, turn the light off, and no Diet Coke either. Yeah, this is worth, yeah, so so this one works and got my junk in there. This one, the clip's gone and got my junk in there. This one got a nice clicky, that one you don't have to slam. So this I use to keep all my coffee stuff together, and of course fire extinguisher. And it's good to keep that all together, because obviously when you suddenly decide you want to drive off somewhere, rather than gathering everything up, it's nice to have it in a big box. And I like Coffee Mate. Honest, that's Coffee Mate. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Yeah, so because I like Coffee Mate, and I actually do like Coffee Mate, it's not just because I don't have a fridge or something. So this is a triple fridge. There's a little screw there holding the door shut. I think I'll remove the old sauce. The gas is on. Let's try lighting it. So it's what's known as a triple fridge. So triple power fridge. So you've got see if I can remember this. Right, there's the gas. So, and I do believe that's another switch that's the wrong place. The marker's in the wrong place. So that's the gas, and this is the. So we've got off in the middle, battery, or we've got mains at the top. So when you're driving around and you've got food in there, you have it on battery, because obviously the engine's charging and it's got enough power in the battery to cool your stuff. When you're on the campsite, you don't want to be wasting your battery, so you go to mains. And then when you go wild camping, you go to the gas. Now I haven't done this, haven't used the fridge in over a year, so I'm going to describe it as not recently tested, but we can give it a go. There's a little light, not a light. There's a round. It looks dark on your camera. Little window there. So we're going to turn now. So that is 0. So that is 0. So we're going to turn to 3, which I think is there. So I think there's gas flowing now. And then the idea is you get down on your hands and knees. This is a bloody pain. And you keep pressing the... Tony, can you see the spark?
Just about.
So there's a spark, and the idea is that will light.
One day.
Yeah, this is very frustrating. I think it's because I'm going to turn it off, so that's white, whitey tighty. So, like I say, that pointer is in the wrong place.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter though, because you can just pull that off and then put it where you want it. I don't know if you're aware of that, Nigel. Tony is a labourer, and as such has common sense. I'm a software engineer, and so anything practical, I haven't got a clue. So Tony says you can pull that off and put it so that the 0 is at 0, and that'll be lovely. Would you like to ask what this is? This is a bad idea because I don't know if this works. It's been a while. Let's have a go, shall we? Let's see what we've got. So I had a problem, well, I had a leisure battery which wasn't so good, and so there's a battery in there. Ah, there we go. So red is voltage, blue is amps. In here, there's a lot of crap. The crap doesn't come with it. Although having said that,
that's the leisure battery there.
That's your leisure battery, all nice and tightly fitted. These are, I'll turn that off. So these are quick release clips. So handy when you want to drag it indoors and charge it up if you're really stuck. So some of this stuff here is my doing. There's some fuses there. This here, you've got a 12 volt cigar lighter type thing, and you've got some USB ports there for power. What does it say? I think it's 1 amp and 2.1 amps.
5 volt, 1 amp, yep.
Somewhere in here. Yeah, there it is. Don't try and find it, it's at the bottom. But there's an inverter. It's just loose, but it means you can run a small 240 volt appliance, not power drills obviously, off of your 12 volt battery. Then what did I come here for? Oh yes,
A nice little hair dryer probably.
Hair dryer, might be pushing it. Well, there's a watt rating on it. So here there are two. Well, there's a coupling connector, but there's two. They look like telephone cables. They're not. Don't plug your telephone into it. But you pick one and you plug this dodgy gadget in, and there we go. So it says, right, okay, I don't believe that, 0.25 volt. I'm going to get my voltmeter out and prove that's wrong, because otherwise you're going to worry about it. Which one's DC? That is DC. So I'll put the voltmeter doesn't come with it, I'll be keeping that. So that is 12.5 volts, 12.49.
Which means it's pretty much fully charged.
Which is quite respectable.
Which means that it was pointless showing everybody this thing.
But that is the good bit. It's a 0.7. Because what you can do, you can now think, where's that 0.7 amps going? And I've got the lights turned out. And I've got the lights. I'll tell you what. Sit down, Tony. I've got some explaining to do. This won't take long. So the idea of this, I had a leisure battery which wasn't doing so well, which came with it. It also wasn't charging so well, partly for lots of reasons. And the idea was, with this, I could see how it was. I know what it is. So this helped me see how much charge was going into the battery when I was driving along, and it wasn't much. And I got the distributor sorted, and I put some fatter wires in and got a decent battery, and it went up lots, something like 5 amps going into it. That 0.7, which has gone away now, I think is how much was going just now from the starter motor battery into there. So just because they got slightly different voltages. So I'm going to put it in the other socket, and so magically it says 0, which is good. It could be that this little battery's flat. We're going way off topic here. So I'll turn that on. Yeah, 2.9. So at the moment we're using 2.9 amps. We turn this off and it should go down by 0.7. Well, 0.9. So this is taking almost an amp. So that's a powerful, well, it's not very bright,
There's another one here.
Yeah, so that one, what have we got? So it says 3.0, turn it off, 2.2. So that one's taking 0.8 of an amp. So I got all excited about LEDs, so these ones are LEDs. So it says 1.1, I turn that off, and it says pretty much 1.1. So these are much more efficient, these little LED lights. And this one here, I think you've got a switch, and the idea is that that would, with a bit of reflective metallic tape, shine up my study desk. That's why I bought this, to get away from the telly, do my Open University studying and spend lots of time doing it instead of just watching the TV all the time. I've now got my degree, that's why I'm selling it. I'm not using this much anymore. I'm exhausted.
Should we pause?
And action. So we're back again after replying to a text. So I was very helpfully pointed out that I was going off topic. Yes, no one's interested in this thing here. So this is a cupboard. That comes off. Fit your own, sorry. And you've got some room in there. These go up on the Luton top to stop your kids rolling out. There's a rail there for your clothes to hang up. We've got the mains cable. This here, 240 volt. I don't know if it's a storage heater. It does look a bit like it. So maybe I'm carrying concrete around.
Can't believe it's a storage heater.
It shouldn't be a storage heater. Now, are you ready for...
It all looks lovely in here, doesn't it, Nigel?
Yes.
All looks really nice and homely and cosy.
Right.
And everything's great.
We need some dramatic music.
But now we're going to open the bad bit.
Okay, you ready? And I forgot to move the toilet out, which needs a clean.
Let's do it.
So, we've got a bit of a problem in here.
Lovely little sink there.
Yeah.
Very dated lino on the walls. Apart from that bit over there.
Hello, yes. So I've been ignoring a leak. So I'm sure there are people out there that know how to sort this out, but it's not me. And because I'm not using this much anymore.
Yeah. It says it's got a shower though.
It does have a shower.
So if you can do this up, it won't, I reckon it'll be good when it's done up.
Yeah.
Because it's got a shower, it's got a toilet, it's got a sink, and it'll all work.
Good news is, of course, all the water's coming in, apart from damaging that wood there.
It's going out that drain hole.
It's going out the drain hole, so it's the best place to have a leak. And the toilet there, though, I mean, maybe I'll get rid of it, I don't know, or clean it up. But it's got a cubby hole down there, where the toilet tucks away.
Room everywhere.
Was it the Wizard of Oz? I believe there's a Wizard of Oz thing, don't look behind the curtain. Well, here's the curtain. Oh yeah, this all comes apart, so...
And then it falls to bits.
So there you go.
And then you can walk through to the cab.
Here's your removable... Yes. So we've got... keep the camera low.
Right. Walk through to the cab here, look.
You can climb through, it's a bit of a climb, but you can climb through to the cab. You see I've got my captain's log there. You might even be able to work out the MPG from that. It's not high. I think it's about 17. A lot of rubbish there. As you can see, I'm a smoker. I've only smoked in the driver's seat with the window open. I've never smoked in the back. Whether it's smelly, I don't know, because I'm a smoker. But full disclosure there. This is the engine down here. So this lifts up and goes out that door. This unscrews down there, you take it out and then you lift that up and you've got your engine. 2.4 litre straight 6 petrol. By the way, on the V5, I believe the document
I believe it's listed as diesel, so I think someone has changed it at some point. And now, shall we show them upstairs? Oh dear.
So there's another slight issue.
Yes.
It's only the ceiling that's coming down a little bit, but it's not the
Yeah.
it's not the outer skin. It's just the inner
that's
skin.
right. Well, I'm not going to declare that because I haven't had a look. But
well, it isn't. You can see that it isn't.
you can see that it isn't. Okay.
But it would be lovely though. Look, it's got a little
It would be lovely. It's got a
up there.
mattress. I'll even throw in the sheets.
You know, so really,
Easily cleaned.
you know, done up, it would sleep probably about 6 people, wouldn't
These
it?
are handy. These are leveling
Yeah.
ramps that you put under your
If
wheels.
you don't want to sleep on a slant.
That's right. So what happened here? Initially, when I got it, there was a bit of a bow, which was a bit annoying because your nose is up against the ceiling. Oh yeah, and there was a leak up there that Tony has fixed. Good man, fixed quite quickly. And
The damage was done.
yeah, well, a friend was saying you need to pull that carpet down because this was all covered in carpet, and have a look and see what's going on. So I tried that, and I didn't really reveal what was going on.
There is a window behind there, isn't there?
There is a front window, yeah, or two, something.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
which are in good condition.
Yeah. Good condition.
Well, the same condition as the others.
Let's not talk about things we haven't seen for a few years.
No.
I'm sure it's fine.
There's a ladder as well, isn't there?
There was a ladder.
Where's
here.
the ladder? Oh, there's the ladder.
This comes away. Climb up there. It is, for me, a bit of a challenge. Well, actually, getting in is fine. Getting out, I found I had to jump onto the coffee table. but that's because I've got creaky bones and all the rest of it. So,
Putting the table back up here, look.
oh, we got a script, haven't we, Tony?
Yeah, I've left that in the, over there. It's over there, in the door.
Oh, in the door. Let's go and get the script. Right, so I had a little brainstorm of things I wanted to talk about. So, major faults, MOT advisories. As I say, it's got MOT till I think it's 11th of July 2020, but there were some advisories on the MOT, and as I say, you can go to .gov.uk and there's a, I'm exhausted. There's a place where you can look at put in the registration number and you can see what those are. I think there was a bearing on a wheel that needed sorted out, and so on. So it's a pass, but there's some work that needs doing. Shower leak we've covered, Luton top we've covered, repaired window we've covered, passenger window rubber. Come this way. We opened this, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
So, this passenger window, if I carefully wind down the window, we'll probably, it's not as bad as I remember it. But basically, there's some loose rubber here
That's
somewhere.
nothing.
It's nothing. Forget it. Let's go back to the script. You know, I reckon the mechanics will fix that. They sometimes do tiny things, tiny
I
little
think you've
flavours.
left it on the passenger seat, haven't you?
Right. Oh, stereo. Left to fire the stereo and the reversing camera. Those are good news. So, outer seals. Well, we kind of looked at that, didn't we? That was this hanging down a bit.
Yeah, it's just cosmetic stuff because it's 35 years old
35 years old, yeah.
and not been.
Oh, here we go. So, as you can see, hanging down a bit there. Okay. Back indoors. Have a quick look around and see if I remember anything. Okay. Outer seals. Water tank level meter, we've covered that. Gas fridge, a little 3 litre fire up, we covered that. Water not changed in over a year, we've covered that. Cab light flaky switch. So you've got an interior cab light. It's got a switch on it that turns it between, you know, door sensing and on or something. But something's a bit flaky about it. I can't remember, I haven't used it for ages. But basically if you switch it, it may be off but on, and that means it will come on without warning, and if you're not in the van, it will flatten your battery. So don't turn that switch on unless you have a look at it. Exhausted. Vent above Luton sealed. Oh yeah, so I said we fixed a leak up there. The real leak was in the corner, which we fixed with a sticky pad. I don't know if you know what it's called.
It was flash band.
Flash band.
That you put on roofs.
Yeah. An earlier attempt, about a week earlier I think, was to actually seal up the outside of the vent up there.
Yeah.
Which I think was a bad idea, because carbon monoxide, if you do end up with any gas appliance problems, carbon monoxide goes up, that's where it's supposed to go out. So I would pull that silicone off if you're going to go up there. Some sort of fuse bypass problem I've talked about here, but as I say, I've put my own fuses in there. Not fully understood. Leak stain near door. Now Tony will be crying that. Where's it gone? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, so there's a hatch there. Just more storage.
Yeah, there's more storage, that's it. Look on the positives.
Because the water heater is not under there, like you said earlier. It's under here, because I remember you telling me.
Yeah.
Hot water bottle, not included.
Yeah, there's drawers here. Yeah, I've got more underwear than I thought. I forgot that was there. Oh yeah, it's worth noting. This goes here.
To make up another bed?
To make up another bed.
When the door's shut.
When the door's shut, which you've seen in the pictures, of course. Okay. Some sort of water stain on the pillows. Very cosmetic. I think you can buy pillows for most camper vans at most shops. Leak stain near door. Prior ceiling repair. So this here, I had a problem and got a new one of these fitted. So that's sorted. But what he did say is this is kind of a second roof. So there's an old roof, an old ceiling I should say, above that. So there was a problem up there, but it's been sorted. And of course this is hanging down a bit.
But that's just a bit of carpet.
Yeah, a bit of glue I think they use, don't they?
Yes, spray glue.
Fuel gauge not linear near top. I'm being really finicky there. It's one of these fuel gauges where you fill it up and it says you've got 2/3 full, but down the bottom it does tell you when it's running out, so don't panic. Cosmetic faults. Internal light hanging. Oh yeah, so I showed you that. This one here, when you drive away, falls off. So I believe once again glue is the answer. Side window doesn't lock open. So this one here, by the way, this is the cable for the reversing light, so it can quite easily be tucked away. There's some hooks there already, but they're not doing very well at the moment. These things here, so you unclip your windows and then that opens, and the idea is you open these and then you twizzle these a bit or something like that
to lock it off. Yeah,
to lock it off, but those locking mechanisms are not happy. once, yeah, I'm sure you can buy them somewhere. But it shuts. That's the important thing. That's that one there. I think some of these others are better at that. I may even have misunderstood how they worked, and it may be me who damaged them by misunderstanding. Right, drain tap broken off, so fiddly. That's the drain sump. We've seen that. Mains heater functions even when the mains is turned off. So you turn the mains off here, and that heater is still going. It's got a timer on it as well, so you can have it turn off when you go to sleep, something like that. Needs a new potty. Curtain rails. Oh yeah, that's this. So as you can see, these curtains aren't drawn to the side, they're drawn to the middle. They do close and so on, but there's some screws attaching the curtain rails to the body. I think they just need tightening up, and the little runners get caught on the screws. So that's just a little fiddle that someone needs to do. I'm sure it's easy, but just trying to inform people so you get a good idea. Some cupboard catches we've covered. Unknowns. Haven't tested the fridge for a while. It's a triple power fridge, yeah, but haven't
covered that, didn't we?
We covered that. Hot water not fired up in a while. We covered that. Never used the oven. So over here you've got two hobs. I showed you one of them. There we go.
Does go higher than that.
Yeah, that one I think is fine. I mean, you can see it's a bit damaged. You can probably buy the little hobby bits. This one, which one is it? Is it that one? It's that one. Is
ooh, yeah. It's lovely.
Well, it may be lovely, but you come around here and
oh, that's nothing. Is it?
It's nothing.
So what's this here?
It may be a hot plate. There's a thing here
because there's a flame underneath it. Well, there would be if it was turned on.
I've never used it.
Yeah, but
so
that is a hot plate.
I'll leave it. It might lift off.
Yeah. And that's where the flame comes out. There it is.
Right. See, Tony knows about camping. I always go to the cafe wherever I'm camping. Nearly burnt myself. I forgot to turn that off. There we go.
Yeah, and it goes back in with ease, as you can see. Yeah, well, let's leave that like that.
Let's leave it to rattle next.
Let's open this, look.
Yeah, this is... It might be a grill, it might be an oven.
Well, it's definitely a grill because it's got the... Well, actually, it looks more like an oven.
So I'm going to mark that as completely untested,
yeah,
never turned it on.
Never turned on. But it's there.
It's there.
And probably works.
Probably. It's an unknown. Oh, I never thought to open that.
So there's the grill, and the grill also does the hot plate.
Right.
Cutlery in the drawer that doesn't open. Oh,
you lift them.
Oh,
so there's junk.
None of that is staying. There's probably cutlery in here somewhere. Who knows?
I think this is really funny. I just saw this in a DIY shop, and I just thought it was really funny seeing this little sign of a person falling off the edge of a step. So that goes there to warn you. Oh, there's a drop.
Right.
I think that's
Mind
funny.
the step.
I thought that was funny.
I reckon this is the cutlery drawer. Yeah.
Yeah.
There it is.
Might even come with cutlery.
There's a cupboard.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got plates and everything, look at that.
Yeah, and I've done this clever thing where the plates are separated, all nicely sealed.
Oh, yeah, but
they're nicely...
probably never ever been used because, as he said, he goes to the cafe.
Indeed. This here is a draining board.
Ooh, look at that, that's nice.
Yeah. And, all important, except I don't eat eggs, you do get egg cups.
3 egg cups with every
With holder.
motorhome purchased.
2 egg cups.
Oh yeah, 2.
Room for 2 more. We might be done. Oh, let's look at the checklist.
Weren't you going to turn the radio on or something?
Oh yeah, we'll turn the radio on and we'll look at the reversing camera. Never used the oven and grill. Hot water not fired up in a while. Think it's a demo. Reversing camera. Ammeter we've done. Have a cup of coffee, we've failed. If you remember, that was just because I didn't have clean water. And
water is available though, just not in here at the moment.
Yeah, yeah. So, we'll fire it up and we'll reverse about a metre and we'll turn the stereo on. Walk this way. Is it working?
Yeah, well, I was going to stay here.
Oh, okay.
Or shall I not stay here?
Well, yeah, sit down because I'm going to use reversing. Nice big mirrors. Fitted them myself. Best purchase I ever made. When I drove it home at first, it was a very different story. And I couldn't see anything behind me, but it's all fine now. I should mention, no I won't. I'll tell you why when you come and visit. So we've got a key there. Oh, yeah. Choke is down between your feet. So you pull that up, lift, turn it to the right to lock it on. So the choke is on. Neutral. And it does take a little while. But as you can hear, nice strong battery.
Because it's been sitting here for a while.
Yeah. There we go. And here we start thinking about putting a bit of gas on.
That's just from cold though, isn't it?
That's from cold.
I mean, it's been sitting here for a couple of weeks, isn't it?
A week, yeah. Right, so a bit of music. Oh, I think I've got about 12. Let's not worry about the music, but there's a lovely stereo there. It plays MP3 CDs, opens up, I think. I don't remember how you get to it. Oh, that's it. Your CDs go in there. 4 speakers, 2 in the front, 2 in the back. Right, mission switch, missile switch. Turn that on. This lovely little thing here shows me that I'm quite close to the chap behind me. So I'm going to reverse without hissing him. Right, so reverse is there. Oh, by the way, there's something else. There's another thing. So, no. I was going to mention when you first start up, if you don't rev it enough, the battery light comes on because the alternator doesn't kick in until the first time it's revved a bit. So if you're worried about the alternator light coming on, just rev it a bit. It will go away and it will stay off, and it is charging because I've got my lovely little ammeter gadget. So we're just going to reverse very carefully because we haven't got much room. This, I mean, you can see there's a distance to the car. It's not far, so keep your eye on that.
You don't want to go too much further.
Yeah, that's about as far as I'll go. But so if you're reversing and looking in your mirrors and stuff, you could. It goes from not having a car there to a car being touching you rather quickly. It's not a wide view angle. These lines, ignore them. So what was it? Reversing camera, stereo, start it up.
I think that's it. It runs.
We've got the MOT here. I'll just read it out to you. Check it's the right one. Mileage 60,616. We're on 60,759 at the moment. Right, pass. Monitor and repair if necessary. advisories. That's the wrong one. That's last year's. Try this one. Expiry date 11th of July 2020. Right. Repair as soon as possible. Minor defects. Track rod end ball joint dust cover damaged or deteriorated, but preventing the ingress of dirt offside front. Monitor and repair if necessary. Advisories. Brake disc worn, pitted or scored, but not seriously weakened. Front. Offside front. Inner seal corroded. Near side front. Inner seal corroded. Wheel bearing has slight play. Near side front. Wheel bearing has slight play offside front. Date of this test 18th of June 2019. Expiry 11th of July 2020. There we go. I think we're done. Happy bidding.
Very well done. I do hope some of this hasn't bored you too much.
Yes, very long video, sorry.
Right.
And if you just stumble across this on eBay, no. If you stumble across this on YouTube, the date today is 28th of August 2019.
There it is on my phone.
So after next Tuesday, this won't be on offer because someone will have bought it. It's going on auction on eBay. So if you're getting excited about this, I'm sorry to tell you right at the end, but it might have already gone. So I'm the cameraman now, so just saying goodbye and happy bidding, and I hope this has been helpful. Okay then, bye.